to be joining this Madhya Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023 and the inaugural session soon to be inaugurated by I think we have the Honorable Prime Minister. I will hold on. मैंने अभी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को देखा वीडियो पे, उसके बाद अपनी बात रखूंगा।
नमस्कार। मध्य प्रदेश इन्वेस्टर समिट के लिए भी इन्वेस्टर्स का, उद्यमियों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। विकसित भारत के निर्माण में मध्य प्रदेश की भूमिका बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। आस्था, आध्यात्म से लेकर पर्यटन तक, एग्रीकल्चर से लेकर एजुकेशन और स्किल डेवलपमेंट तक एमपी अजब भी है, गजब भी है और सजग भी है। साथियों, मध्य प्रदेश में ये समिट ऐसे समय में हो रही है जब भारत की आजादी का अमृत काल शुरू हो चुका है। हम सभी मिलकर विकसित भारत के निर्माण के लिए जुटे हुए हैं और जब हम विकसित भारत की बात करते हैं तो ये सिर्फ हमारी एस्पिरेशन नहीं है, बल्कि ये हर भारतीय का संकल्प है। मुझे खुशी है हम भारतीय ही नहीं बल्कि दुनिया की हर संस्था, हर एक्सपर्ट इसको लेकर आश्वस्त दिख रहा है। फ्रेंड्स, द IMF sees India as a bright spot in the global economy. The World Bank says that India is in a better position to deal with global headwinds than many other countries. This is because of India's strong macroeconomic fundamentals. OECD has said that India will be among the fastest growing economies in the G20 group this year. According to Morgan Stanley, India is moving towards becoming the world's third largest economy in the next 4 or 5 years. The CEO of McKinsey had said that this is not only India's decade, but India's century. Institutions and credible voices that track the global economy have unprecedented confidence in India. The same optimism is also shared by global investors. Recently, a prestigious international bank conducted a survey. They found that a majority of the investors preferred India. Today, India is receiving record-breaking FDI. Even your presence among us reflects this sentiment. Friends, this optimism for India is driven by strong democracy, young demography, and political stability. Due to this, India is taking decisions that boost ease of living and ease of doing business. Even during a once-in-a-century crisis, we took the path of reforms. India has been on the path of reform, transform, and perform since 2014. The Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan has imparted greater momentum to it. As a result, India has become an attractive destination for investment. साथियों, एक स्थिर सरकार, एक निर्णायक सरकार, सही नियत से चलने वाली सरकार विकास को अभूतपूर्व गति देकर दिखाती है। देश के लिए हर जरूरी फैसले उतनी ही तेजी से लिए जाते हैं। आपने भी देखा है कि कैसे बीते 8 वर्षों में हमने रिफॉर्म की स्पीड और स्केल को लगातार बढ़ाया है। बैंकिंग सेक्टर में रिकैपिटलाइजेशन और गवर्नेंस से जुड़े रिफॉर्म्स हो, आईबीसी जैसा मॉडर्न रिजोल्यूशन फ्रेमवर्क बनाना हो, जीएसटी के रूप में वन नेशन वन टैक्स जैसा सिस्टम बनाना हो, कॉरपोरेट टैक्स को ग्लोबली कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाना हो, सोवरिन वेल्थ फंड्स और पेंशन फंड्स को टैक्स में छूट हो, अनेक सेक्टर्स में ऑटोमेटिक रूट से 100% एफडीआई की परमिशन देना हो, छोटी छोटी आर्थिक गलतियों को डिक्रिमिनलाइज करना हो, ऐसे अनेक रिफॉर्म्स के माध्यम से हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट के रास्ते से कई रोड़े हटाए हैं। आज का नया भारत अपने प्राइवेट सेक्टर की ताकत पर भी उतना ही भरोसा करते हुए आगे बढ़ रहा है। हमने डिफेंस, माइनिंग और स्पेस जैसे अनेक स्ट्रेटेजिक सेक्टर्स को भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर के लिए खोल दिया है। दर्जनों लेबर लॉज को 4 कोड्स में समाहित करना भी अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा कदम है। साथियों, कंप्लायंसेस के बोझ को कम करने के लिए और उसके लिए केंद्र और राज्य दोनों के स्तर पर अभूतपूर्व प्रयास चल रहे हैं। बीते कुछ समय में करीब 40,000 कंप्लायंसेस को हटाया जा चुका है। हाल ही में हमने नेशनल सिंगल विंडो सिस्टम शुरू किया है, जिससे मध्य प्रदेश भी जुड़ चुका है। इस सिस्टम के तहत अभी तक लगभग 50,000 स्वीकृतियां दी जा चुकी। साथियों, भारत का आधुनिक होता इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, मल्टी मॉडल होता इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी इन्वेस्टमेंट की संभावनाओं को जन्म दे रहा है। 8 वर्षों में हमने नेशनल हाईवे के निर्माण की स्पीड दोगुनी की है। इस दौरान भारत में ऑपरेशनल एयरपोर्ट की संख्या दोगुनी हो चुकी है। भारत की पोर्ट हैंडलिंग कैपेसिटी और पोर्ट टर्न अराउंड में अभूतपूर्व सुधार आया है। डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर्स, इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स, एक्सप्रेसवेज, लॉजिस्टिक पार्क्स, ये नए भारत की पहचान बनते जा रहे हैं। पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान के रूप में पहली बार भारत में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर निर्माण का एक नेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म है। इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर देश की सरकारों, एजेंसियों, इन्वेस्टर से जुड़ा अपडेटेड डेटा रहता है। भारत दुनिया के सबसे कॉम्पिटिटिव लॉजिस्टिक मार्केट के रूप में अपनी पहचान बनाने के लिए कमिटेड है। इसी लक्ष्य के साथ हमने अपनी नेशनल लॉजिस्टिक पॉलिसी लागू भी की है। साथियों, भारत स्मार्टफोन डेटा कंजम्पशन में नंबर 1 है। भारत ग्लोबल फिनटेक में नंबर 1 है। भारत आईटी बीपीएन आउटसोर्सिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में नंबर 1 है। भारत दुनिया का तीसरा सबसे बड़ा एविएशन मार्केट और तीसरा बड़ा ऑटो मार्केट है। भारत के बेहतरीन डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को लेकर आज हर कोई विश्वास से भरा हुआ है। ये ग्लोबल ग्रोथ के लिए कितना जरूरी है, ये आप भली भांति जानते हैं। भारत एक तरफ गांव-गांव तक ऑप्टिकल फाइबर नेटवर्क पहुंचा रहा है, वहां तेजी से 5G नेटवर्क का विस्तार कर रहा है। 5G से हर इंडस्ट्री और कंज्यूमर के लिए इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स से लेकर एआई तक जो भी नए अवसर बन रहे हैं, वो भारत में विकास की गति को और तेज करेंगे। साथियों, इन सारे प्रयासों से ही आज मेक इन इंडिया को नई ताकत मिल रही है। मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की दुनिया में भारत तेजी से अपना विस्तार कर रहा है। प्रोडक्शन लिंक इंसेंटिव स्कीम के तहत 2.5 लाख करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा के इंसेंटिव की घोषणा की जा चुकी है। ये स्कीम दुनिया भर के मैन्युफैक्चरर्स में पॉपुलर हो रही है। इस स्कीम के तहत अब तक अलग अलग सेक्टर्स में लगभग 4 लाख करोड़ रुपए प्रोडक्शन हो चुका है। मध्य प्रदेश में भी इस स्कीम की वजह से सैकड़ों करोड़ रुपए का निवेश आया है। एमपी को बड़ा फार्मा हब बनाने में, बड़ा टेक्सटाइल हब बनाने में इस योजना का भी महत्व है। मेरा एमपी आ रहे इन्वेस्टर से आग्रह है कि पीएलआई स्कीम का ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाभ उठाएं। साथियों, आप सभी को ग्रीन एनर्जी को लेकर भारत की आकांक्षा से भी जुड़ना चाहिए। कुछ दिन पहले ही हमने मिशन ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन को स्वीकृति दी है। ये लगभग 8 लाख करोड़ रुपए के निवेश की संभावनाओं को लेकर आ रहा है। ये सिर्फ भारत के लिए ही नहीं, बल्कि ग्लोबल डिमांड को पूरा करने का एक अवसर है। हजारों करोड़ रुपए के इंसेंटिव्स की व्यवस्था इन अभियानों के तहत की गई है। आप इस महत्वाकांक्षी मिशन में भी अपनी भूमिका जरूर एक्सप्लोर करें। साथियों, हेल्थ हो, एग्रीकल्चर हो, न्यूट्रिशन हो, स्किल हो, इनोवेशन हो, हर लिहाज से भारत में नई संभावनाएं आपका इंतजार कर रही है। ये भारत के साथ साथ एक नई ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन के निर्माण का समय है। इसलिए आप सभी का मैं फिर से बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। इस समिट को मेरी अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं हैं। मध्य प्रदेश का सामर्थ्य, मध्य प्रदेश के संकल्प आपकी प्रगति में 2 कदम आगे चलेंगे, मैं आपको विश्वास से कहता हूं। आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
तो देवी सज्जनों, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जैसा कहा, आज भारत संभावनाओं का देश है, विश्व का सहयोगी। भारत हर एक सेक्टर में आगे बढ़ रहा है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का हम बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे उनके प्रोत्साहन भरे और पथ प्रदर्शक मार्गदर्शन के लिए। और अब एक बार पुनः मैं हमारे माननीय मंत्री जी श्री पीयूष गोयल जी को आमंत्रित करती हूँ हम सभी को संबोधित करने के लिए।
Thank you very much. It's indeed a great privilege and pleasure to join the Honorable Prime Minister, the most popular leader in the world today, on this auspicious occasion, the MP Global Investors Summit 2023, where we have before us a galaxy of world business leaders, captains of industry, who have pledged to participate in the growth story of India. As the Honorable Prime Minister guided us on more than one occasion, the strength of India lies in our states. If India has to move forward, it is very important for the states to move forward. The Honorable Prime Minister has always focused on encouraging the development, speedy progress and growth in the economy of the states, thereby providing huge opportunities to the people in the remotest parts of India, in the aspirational districts of India, and encouraging the dispersion of investment, of industrialization across the length and breadth of the country. In fact, the Honorable Prime Minister believes that the states will be the strong pillars to support a developed India, a commitment that the entire nation has taken along with the Prime Minister on 15th August 2022 as we celebrated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 75 years of India's independence. In fact, I compliment the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji for the rapid strides that Madhya Pradesh has taken in good governance, in a way reflecting the double engine government, both at the center and in the states, working to fulfill the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of rapid transformation, not gradual evolution. The Honorable Prime Minister spoke about several initiatives in his opening address. The PM Gati Shakti National Infrastructure Master Plan. He spoke about the success of Digital India, making India the world's largest adopter of fintech with over 78 billion financial transactions in calendar 22, more than the United States, where I am presently located, Europe and China put together. He spoke about the national single window system, the focus on decriminalization of laws, the effort to reduce the compliance burden on industries, the attempt to codify the various labor laws, thereby promoting one nation, one labor law, just as with the visionary work that the Prime Minister has done over the last 8.5 years, we today have one nation, one tax in the form of the GST. We finally have a bankruptcy code, the insolvency and bankruptcy code. We today have surplus power with one nation, one grid, thereby guaranteeing to every industry, to every home, 24 hours power. In a way, developing infrastructure like never before. And if I can recall the words of the erstwhile President of the United States of America, John F. Kennedy, when he asked the question, did America make great highways or highways made America great? I think we can all, without any doubt, agree that it is strong and focused approach to infrastructure development and the foundations of economic development emerging from infrastructure, which has always been the cornerstone of a developed economy. Madhya Pradesh has also been a part of this journey to promote infrastructure in a big measure. It is known as the heart of India, reflecting the vibrancy and vitality of a new India emerging out of the shadows, recognized the world over as the next superpower. We are today the 5th largest economy, and I can tell you from my own personal experiences that the world is watching India as we rapidly progress to become amongst the top 3 economies in the world. Every meeting where you talk to global CEOs, every meeting with a large corporation anywhere in the world, more particularly in the United States of America, any meeting with governments across the world, give us the confidence and reflect the image of India, the new India that Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has committed to work for, the new India that is today a reality, a country which is fast progressing from a developing nation to become a developed nation by 2047, when we celebrate 100 years of independence. In fact, the 5 commitments, the Panch Pran that the Honorable Prime Minister shared with the country on 15th August are very reflective of his vision of a powerful India. The work that we are all doing over the next 25 years to make India a developed nation, the effort to involve the entire population, the entire people of India in a spirit of duty to achieve this goal. And I have no doubt in my mind that Madhya Pradesh will not be found wanting in this collective effort of the nation. The holy waters of the Narmada, the wildlife and greenery that we see across Madhya Pradesh, the rich heritage. We have 3 UNESCO sites in Madhya Pradesh. The showstopper in terms of sanitation. You are all assembled in Indore. For several years in a row, voted as the cleanest city in India. It is a matter of privilege for all of us to be present as the Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated both the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in Indore 2 days ago on the 9th of January and today the Global Investors Summit. Friends, Madhya Pradesh has emerged as an ideal investment destination, reflecting strength, very strategic positioning, and a deep focus on sustainability. It is emerging as an economic tiger with ample land, infrastructure, and skilled resources. In fact, it is the only diamond producing state in India. In a way, मध्य प्रदेश भी हमारा एक उभरता हुआ हीरा है और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है, मेरा अटूट विश्वास है कि मध्य प्रदेश आगे चल के देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को गति भी देगा और नए नए अवसरों के साथ उद्योग जगत को आमंत्रण करेगा. If you look at last year's growth in Madhya Pradesh, the gross state domestic product grew by nearly 20%, and the ease of doing business in Madhya Pradesh is truly remarkable. It is very centrally located. Both the north-south and east-west corridors cross in Madhya Pradesh, India's second largest state with 24% of the world's organic cotton production, and I say this as the Textile Minister of India, reflects the growing importance of Madhya Pradesh in our international market. Today, Madhya Pradesh is future ready with over 20% contribution of renewable energy in the total power it generates. I am confident that just as the Prime Minister launched the green hydrogen mission last week through a significant commitment of central government support to the green hydrogen mission, combined with the several incentives and support of the Madhya Pradesh government, we will see huge investments in several sectors, more particularly in green hydrogen and renewable energy, coming up in the months and years to come. As the Prime Minister said, it's a land of opportunities in agriculture, in food processing, tourism, automobiles, pharmaceuticals, IT, renewable energy, textiles. The list is endless. In our international engagements, the interest in India is also reflected in the interest shown in investment in Madhya Pradesh. India today clearly is a bright spot in the world, and I do believe Madhya Pradesh will also lead from the front as we develop India as an economic superpower in the world. Friends, this year we are celebrating India's 75th year of independence. We also had the privilege of having the presidency of the G20, a time for India to showcase to the world our growing strengths and our increasing contribution to the world. India today engages with the world from a position of confidence, a courage of conviction about India's future. As I talk to industry, as I talk to governments, currently in the United States of America, I see in everybody the hope that India will be the driver of global growth and will take economic progress of the world forward. Like the speed of the cheetahs which were released in the Kuno National Park by the Honorable Prime Minister some months ago, I believe Madhya Pradesh will grow, will continue to grow. And as the Honorable Prime Minister says, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. This is the time. This is the right time. Today's summit offers an opportunity to industry to be partners in the progress and growth of Madhya Pradesh, to be partners in the vibrant future of India. I invite investors from across the world to invest in the future, invest in Madhya Pradesh, and thank the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Chief Minister for their leadership and for their collective commitment to make Madhya Pradesh a very important destination for investment and India attaining once more our time-tested glory. India once again becoming a world power, a Vishwa Guru. India leading the initiative of taking the world to become a safer place to live in, a greener planet, and leaving behind for our children a better world to live in. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री जी आपकी शुभकामनाओं के लिए।
पीयूष जी यूएसए से बोल रहे हैं और वहां कितने बजे होंगे ये आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं। इस समिट को सिद्ध करने के लिए उन्होंने रत जगह किया है। मुझे लग रहा है कि वहां रात के 1:30 या 2 बजे होंगे। मैं पीयूष जी आपका हृदय से आभारी हूं, आपने हमारी समिट को संबोधित किया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका।
और यकीनन माननीय मंत्री जी आपके विचार, आपकी अंतर्दृष्टि और आपके प्रयास हमारी आगे की चर्चाओं में भी बहुत मूल्यवान होंगे। आपका एक बार पुनः धन्यवाद। और देवी सज्जनों, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में और मंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में राज्य ने मध्य प्रदेश को एक औद्योगिक केंद्र के रूप में विकसित करने की तरफ और विशेष रूप से एक प्रेफर्ड निवेश गंतव्य के रूप में तैयार करने की तरफ अथक प्रयास किए, बहुत लगन से काम किया है। बहुत सारे गवर्नेंस रिफॉर्म्स और पॉलिसीज इंट्रोड्यूस किए हैं। और वैसे भी आप जानते हैं कि मध्य प्रदेश सेंट्रली लोकेटेड है, देश के अनेक राज्यों से शहरों के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है। यहाँ पर कंड्यूसिव लेबर डायनामिक्स हैं, यहाँ पर मेहनतकश लोग हैं जो पूरे मन से अपने प्रदेश की प्रगति में काम करते आए हैं। तो आपको एक फिल्म दिखाना चाहेंगे जो कि हमारे एडवांटेज मध्य प्रदेश की तरफ है, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्पिंग यू टेक मोर इन्फॉर्म्ड डिसीजंस रिगार्डिंग योर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स। इफ यू कैन हैव द फिल्म प्लीज।
At the heart of the world's fastest growing economy lies opportunity. The opportunity of unlimited growth and potential of becoming a front runner in taking India to greater heights. At the heart of India lies Madhya Pradesh. Fueling boundless yet sustainable industrial growth is MP's more than 125,000 acres of industrial land bank, surplus quality power, abundant industrial water supply and highly skilled labor. Backed by a committed government, responsive administration and a consistently peaceful work environment, MP's flight to prosperity has taken a new leap. Madhya Pradesh isn't simply at the center of India, it is at the center of tomorrow. MP's commitment is evident in its business-friendly policies, GIS-based online land allotment, the country's first act to guarantee timely delivery of services and approvals, enables businesses to start operation in 30 days. With a robust connectivity, MP provides unique access to a vast consumer base in India. Its strategic location makes it a natural master warehouse of the nation. MP is home to Asia's longest high-speed testing track and a vibrant engineering cluster, driving the investments in auto sector and gearing up for the EV revolution. Commitment is MP's biggest promise. MP produces over 40% of India's organic cotton, and through the millions of spindles, weaves together a testament of growth in textile sector and empowerment of women. India's largest producer of soya, pulses, oil seeds, coriander, orange and medicinal plants, MP has won the Krishi Karman Award 7 times in a row. This rich resource base offers opportunities for agri and food processing sector. In MP, nature keeps giving. The only diamond producing state of India, Madhya Pradesh, has leveraged its mineral wealth to build industries like cement and power and has untapped potential to be explored. Abundance is MP's greatest virtue. MP sources a fifth of its total energy from renewable sources and is home to one of the largest single-site solar power project with a one-of-its-kind floating solar park in the pipeline. MP's pharma and health sciences sector has grown by leaps and bounds and is now scaling up the value chain through a medical devices park. India's cleanest state is also home to India's cleanest city, Indore, which is the IT hub of MP, showing the nation a way forward in sustainable, harmonious and fast-paced growth with ease of living. Progress is MP's greatest proposition. With over 1,100 women-led startups, more than 2,500 tech startups, and over 45 incubators, MP is a prime equity holder in the country's tech revolution. Powered by an ingenious talent pool and driven by a generation of young and courageous entrepreneurs, the startup journey is moving at a fast pace. Entrepreneurs are MP's greatest asset. At 30%, MP has the country's highest forest cover. Forests that are home to the majestic tiger as well as the lightning cheetah. MP's national parks, wildlife sanctuaries open doors for millions of tourists. Moreover, MP houses some of the world's most enchanting tourist locations. Serenity is MP's greatest offering. Put together, MP is way more than a sum of its parts. It is an amalgamation of growth, prosperity, and opportunity. Welcome to MP, the future-ready state.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the future-ready state. And we would now like to also invite the progressive views and the commitments of our industrialists. May I first request Shri N. Chandrasekharan, the Chairman Tata Sons, to please address this August gathering.
Honorable Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan Ji, President of Guyana, President of Suriname, Ministers of the Madhya Pradesh government, officers, colleagues from the industry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen and members of the media. It is a great privilege to be here today to participate and share a few words on MP's Global Investor Summit 2023. I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for inviting me for this event. Clearly, in a global economy that is quite volatile and going through difficulties, India is extremely well placed. Several comments have already been made by the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Industry. And from the industry point of view, we see this decade and probably coming decades will see enormous growth opportunity for India. In India, we see the trends of both consumption-led growth, supported by infrastructure-led growth, as well as global trends which are making it very uniquely advantageous for India. All industries, all nations will have to go through what I call as a digital or a machine learning transition, energy transition, and supply chain resilience. The beauty is, India is well placed in all of these transitions. Needless to say, the technological depth and the digital adoption, consequently both in the public services delivery and in the private sector, in India has been not only fast-paced but globally leading. India is also uniquely placed because we are going through this energy transition at a time we are going to have enormous growth. 2/3 of the growth of what we will be in 2050 will have to happen in the next 30 years. Many countries have to go through this energy transition when there is no growth, so they will have to replace the current energy sources. The supply chain is a major opportunity because of, again, the talent and the areas like advanced manufacturing are naturally advantageous for India, and also in the current geopolitical context, there is a lot of tailwind. So I have no doubt in saying that with our continued focus, we are going to have several years of globally leading growth, more importantly, growth that will create jobs, growth that will create a very strong economy. The question is whether we will be 25 trillion or 30 trillion or 35 trillion by 2047. But definitely we are going to have a multifold growth. In this context, I think Madhya Pradesh has a very strong potential. The biggest advantage the state has is that 62% of the population is in the working age. And the state has very rich natural resources. It has got tremendous opportunity for tourism, given the wildlife as well as the spiritual centers and the cultural heritage it has. It is a huge opportunity. The state also is going through the urbanization at a rapid pace. Madhya Pradesh currently lacks the national average of 36%, while MP has 29%. So I see enormous opportunities of urbanization and consequent infrastructure development. The state has also announced under the Honorable Chief Minister a number of policies to attract investments, special policy for boosting MSME sectors, policies for research and innovation, and policies for promoting startups. The Tata Group already has a very strong presence. TCS has one of its iconic campuses here with about 10,000 people. Many would not know, already we provide technology services for more than 200 global companies out of Madhya Pradesh. We have a very strong presence in our hotel company, which continues to look for opportunities. We have unique properties here. There are 7 properties, but I understand that there are discussions to expand to create number of new hotels. Our power company has 200 megawatts of renewable energy and already in discussion with 3 projects of solar, floating solar, hybrid to take that installed capacity to 1 gigawatt. That's a 5 times growth. Our steel company has the wires business here with a capacity of 0.1 million per annum, but it is going to be doubled and tripled, and already those investment decisions have been made. Tata Motors has a huge footprint with 250 dealer outlets, and all our retail companies from West Side to Chroma to Titan, Tanishq have more than 100 stores in the state. And Tata International has a very long-standing presence here, one of our longest presence in the state in the leather business. Overall, the group has in excess of 20,000 professionals, and we are in discussions to expand our footprint strongly in the state, as the group is also looking at a lot of new areas of growth across multiple new age sectors. I want to thank the government for the constant support we receive, a proactive engagement, and policies that will promote a high growth rate for businesses and as a result for the state. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your vision for India and commitment to Madhya Pradesh. And now inviting Shri Chandrajit Banerjee, the Director General of Confederation of Indian Industry.
Our most gracious host, an outstanding leader and the most popular Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, the Honorable President of Guyana, the Honorable President of Suriname, our very beloved Shri Prahlad Patel ji, the Honorable Ministers from Madhya Pradesh, the government officials and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to say that, we have been involved as an institution with the first time when the Honorable Chief Minister started the Madhya Pradesh Summit. And it's so such an encouraging feeling to see how he has transformed the state. We will hear from him the story of the journey of the state of Madhya Pradesh from where he took to where it is today, and how he has made the Madhya Pradesh summit, summit which is 10x from where it started. Sir, many, many congratulations to you and your team. What a brilliant place to be in. Sir, today you had asked us to see that we get good quality participation from Indian industry and the foreign industry. But we have not good, I think we have a great participation. The attraction, of course, is the work that your leadership and your government has done in this state. And the best part of it, if you really look at India, we have people from all over the country, from the north to the south, to the east to the west. Every part and every state of the country has at least a few industrialists who have come here to Madhya Pradesh today. And with that, there are several sectors from auto components, and you heard Mr. Chandrasekharan's number of sectors that he talked about, but there are actually sectors from all manufacturing, services, agri, all types of sectors present here from across the country. What a great place to be here. Sir, as an institution, again, we have been in the state. CII has been in Madhya Pradesh since 1989. And in 2000, we started another office, and then you asked us to expand. We have expanded. But today I want to stand and say to you, and under your leadership, under your government, we pledge that we will increase the resources of CII in your state. We will increase both manpower as well as the number of offices in the state of Madhya Pradesh, sir. Sir, we have heard that this is the year of the G20. CII is the secretariat for B20, and through that we will see that we are able to attract the world's attention throughout the year in specific areas to bring specific investments of you have focused on over the last few months, to get those investments from across the world into Madhya Pradesh and see what the investors want in terms of facilitation. And we are so sure, sir, you are going to make those changes in terms of facilitating them to come in. And we will really take advantage of India's G20 leadership, and the B20 India will work for it and for your state. So the second point I wanted to mention, and this is a passion for yourself, is killing the power. We know how much you love the youth of the state to come up and get livelihood. Sir, we will open skilling centers in this in the state. We are running a couple of skilling center, but the next one that we will establish will be in Pithampur, a skilling center which will be supported by the MPIDC. They have committed, but it will be run with private sector money, sir. We will see to it that you take your blessings, your government's inputs, and we will have an academy which will impart knowledge on new areas of jobs that will come up. And we will see to it that we create thousands of jobs in terms of at least about upwards of 50,000 jobs in the next couple of years from these centers. And we will create private model career centers which are like private employment exchanges in your state. We are in discussion with your government, and these MCCs will be industry-led, provide career counseling, soft and employability skills, and we will bring that in the state of Madhya Pradesh, sir, with your blessing. So the third point, sir, we have 10 centers of excellence across the country in India. It is sad that we do not have one today, but what we have discussed with the private sector in your state, sir, the industry in your state yesterday, that we will bring one center in Indore or of a city of your choice, where we will bring in these centers, representatives of all the centers, these 10 centers of excellence. Sir, they cover areas of entrepreneurship development, they cover areas of logistics and warehousing, they cover areas of water, sustainability, green, it covers areas of food and agriculture, and very importantly, sir, again, on innovations and IP. All these centers across the country, their representatives would centers. We will create a place where all that will be located in Madhya Pradesh. So that will be the first in the country that so all the centers of CII will be brought in under one group, sir. Sir, I just wanted to also say another area that you are encouraging and is startups. And startups will play a big role in the country. India's stories on startup is well known. Sir, we want also Madhya Pradesh to have a big startup ecosystem. Sir, CII has large members. Many of the large members are present here. So what we will do, sir, we have a startup center of excellence. The chairman of the startup center of excellence is Chris Gopalakrishnan, sitting over here. We will provide corporate and family business connect of the startup center in the states to the large corporates so that the startups can be connected to the large corporates. We will work on that, sir. And through the startup center, we will do capacity building of the startups so that the startups can get, and they get supporting mechanisms from the large companies. So that is one work I'll do. Sir, lastly, I wanted to say, sir, that your state is known, Madhya Pradesh is known for rural innovators. And what we will do to protect the traditional knowledge and the age-old traditional artifacts and the a huge contribution of our rural community, we will create IP centers so that we can train them and we will be able to get them to take IP protection for these centers and create their products and connect their products to the market. So these are some areas which I have learned in the last few months from yourself, sir, and from your government, and we pledge to do that in your state under your leadership. We are so thankful for your warmth, your hospitality, and your great leadership. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the initiatives as a national partner to MPGIS. And now I would like to invite the chairman of Aditya Birla Group, Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla ji, to please address the august gathering.
Honorable Chief Minister Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan, His Excellency Irfan Ali, President of Guyana, His Excellency Chandra Prasad Santokhi, President of Suriname, distinguished members in the Madhya Pradesh government, senior officials of the MP administration, friends from the industry, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today at Indore for this Global Investor Summit. This confluence of investors comes at a very interesting moment in the global economic landscape. आज दुनिया भर की इकोनॉमी जब एक चुनौती भरे मोड़ पर है, भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था में एक नई बढ़त, एक नई लहक हमें दिख रही है। भारत की तरक्की नई ऊंचाइयों पर पहुंच रही है। जब दुनिया की हर बड़ी इकोनॉमी का हाल एक कदम आगे दो कदम पीछे जैसा है, तब हमारा देश एक नई ऊर्जा, एक नए गति के दमक रहा है। और इसी सुनहरे अवसर पर भारत ने G20 की कमान संभाली है। भारतीय दर्शन के मूल मंत्र वसुधैव कुटुंबकम के जीवन सिद्धांत पर चल रहे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री शिवराज सिंह जी चौहान, आपको यह बताना मेरे लिए बहुत खुशी और गौरव की बात है कि आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप का कुटुंब आज दुनिया के 36 देशों में समाया है। सभी जानते हैं, देश का दिल, भारत की धड़कन है मध्य प्रदेश। कविता, न्याय, वीरता, गायन सब कुछ यहाँ विशेष हैं। देश का है यह हृदय, यह हमारा मध्य प्रदेश है। In the last decade, the economy of Madhya Pradesh has grown at more than 7% per annum in real terms, much faster than the national growth rate. In fact, if one excludes the COVID-affected year, the average annual growth rate of Madhya Pradesh's economy over the last decade is higher than 8%. A decade ago, per capita income in the state used to be about 60% of national average. It has now risen to more than 80% of the national average. I believe that the state has many inherent advantages that should further accelerate this great economic success story. Its central location is a major advantage in itself, enabling industries in the state to easily access large markets in adjacent states. The location advantage is translated into better connectivity through a robust transport infrastructure. It has a massive road network of over 3.5 lakh kilometers and more than 40 national highways. It has nearly 5,000 kilometers of railway lines and 550 trains make their way across the state daily. The state continues to build upon these advantages under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister and is investing heavily into transport infrastructure. Recently, the foundation stone for 13 new road projects was laid by the Honorable Union Transport Minister and the Honorable Chief Minister, envisaging an investment of more than rupees 5,000 crores. Madhya Pradesh is developing several new industrial regions along the Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor as well. The state's proactive and very investor-friendly administration and progressive industrial policy is another major advantage that we have experienced over the last few years. Under the leadership of Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, Madhya Pradesh gives a very warm, welcoming experience to its investors. This is something that we have experienced firsthand over the years in the course of setting up large projects in the state here in Madhya Pradesh. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी, कुछ दिनों पहले आपने कहा था कि पांव में चक्कर, मुंह में शक्कर और माथे पर बर्फ हो, यही जनप्रतिनिधियों के लिए मंत्र हैं। आपके शासन की शैली वास्तव में ही सराहनीय है। Over the last few years, Madhya Pradesh has rightly positioned itself as a future-ready state. It has emerged as a leader in India's renewable energy transformation. It presently generates more than 5,500 megawatts of green energy from renewable energy resources, and the government has an ambitious target of generating 20,000 megawatts of green energy by 2030, leveraging the state's natural potential for hydro, solar and wind energy. Recently, the state government has also announced a startup policy that provides a conducive ecosystem and encouraging incentives for startups. This, I believe, will pave the way for a new wave of entrepreneurship to emerge from MP. आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप का मध्य प्रदेश से बहुत पुराना नाता है। यह प्रदेश हमारी जन्मभूमि ना सही, हमारी कर्मभूमि हमेशा से रही है। आप सभी को शायद मालूम होगा कि हमारी फ्लैगशिप कंपनी ग्रासिम की नींव नागदा में रखी गई और आज हमारे ग्रुप के सिर्फ एक या दो नहीं, पूरे 7 बिजनेसेस मध्य प्रदेश की शान हैं। प्रदेश भर में 25,000 से ज्यादा लोग हमारे परिवार का हिस्सा हैं और आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप का कुल इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू 60,000 करोड़ की राशि को पार कर चुका है। We take great pride in having contributed to MP's manufacturing prowess. Take the case of our metals flagship Hindalco, which invested close to 14,000 crores a few years ago to set up an aluminium smelter. Today, Mahan Aluminium is a powerhouse in primary aluminium, bringing world-class technology to the fore and building a range of products that are made in MP but made for the world. This is amongst the most efficient and cost-competitive aluminium plants anywhere in the world. And over 45% of what we produce in this smelter is exported to marquee customers across the world in South Korea, Malaysia, Japan, Spain, and Mexico. Moving to Grasim, which has an integrated viscose fiber manufacturing facility at Nagda. The installed capacity of this unit has over time increased from 20 tons per day to 440 tons per day. Even at Nagda, which is in many ways is the mother plant of the group, we have brought world-class technology and know-how to ensure that we remain ahead of the curve in every which way. Both in fiber and caustic soda chemicals, Nagda has pioneered the adoption of new practices that have subsequently been implemented in other such facilities around the world. From fiber and chemicals to cement, mining and renewable energy, Our group has been present in MP for almost 4 decades. Our first plant in Madhya Pradesh, Vikram Cement, went on stream in the 80s with a very modest capacity of 500,000 tons. Today we have 6 state-of-the-art cement units in Madhya Pradesh with a total capacity of 23 million tons per annum. In the services sector too, we have grown our presence very significantly under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister in both the fashion retail category, in our financial services businesses. We have deepened and expanded our presence significantly across the state. The sheer breadth of our presence across our businesses is a very clear indicator of our commitment to the state. Across businesses, we are now looking to invest rupees 15,000 crores in the state over the next 5 years. Although I must say that our relationship with the state far transcends any number of investments. Our CSR work extends to 479 villages in the state and annually touches the lives of 4 million people. For over 7 decades, Aditya Birla Group and the state Madhya Pradesh have been partners in progress. आज एमपी एक नए जोश से नए संकल्प ले रहा है और मुझे ये कहते हुए बहुत बहुत खुशी और गर्व है कि आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप अपनी समस्त ऊर्जा और उत्साह से इस प्रदेश, इसकी लीडरशिप माननीय शिवराज सिंह जी और इसके जन जन के साथ हर कदम साथ चलेगा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, Mr. Birla, for endorsing Madhya Pradesh based on your experiences here and also sharing your further commitments. Now I would like to invite Shri Abhay Firodia ji, the Chairman, Force Motors Limited.
आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी, मंच पर विराजित मध्य प्रदेश सरकार के अन्य मंत्री, यहाँ मंच पर विराजित भारत के औद्योगिक जगत के बड़े सितारे और इस सभागृह में उपस्थित मित्रों, मैं 3 बातें संक्षिप्त में कहना चाहता हूं। मेरा और मेरे उद्योग का मध्य प्रदेश से गत 35 वर्ष से संबंध है। जब हम यहां आए तो भारत सरकार ने जबरदस्ती भेजा गया था। पहले 15 वर्ष हमारे लिए बड़े कठिन थे। न बिजली थी, न पानी था, न रास्ते थे और न सरकार की तरफ से कोई सुनवाई थी। मुझे कहते हुए अत्यंत हर्ष होता है कि गत 20 वर्षों में करीब करीब 2 दशकों में मध्य प्रदेश बदल गया है। मध्य प्रदेश का जो उत्कर्ष हुआ है उसके लिए कई कारण हैं। मैं हरदम उद्योग का सोचते वक्त उद्योग कहां है इसका भी सोचता हूं और मुझे कुछ कारण दिखते हैं। सबसे पहला महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा लोग हैं, पीपल। मध्य प्रदेश के संस्कार, मध्य प्रदेश का समाज मेरे दृष्टि से भारतीय मूल्यों से बहुत संलग्न है। यहां पर आपका नाम भट्टाचार्य है या भोसले है या बलवंत सिंह है या बाला सुब्रमण्यम है, फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। सबको साथ लेके चलने वाला यहां का समाज है। इस समाज को महत्व देना बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। तो मध्य प्रदेश के लोगों की जो कार्य क्षमता है, अंग्रेजी में हम कह सकते हैं डेडिकेशन, हम कह सकते हैं वर्क एथिक, हम कह सकते हैं कमिटमेंट, ये सब मुझे बहुत प्रगत उच्च कोटि की लगती है। और मध्य प्रदेश के विकास में यहां की जनता का सबसे बड़ा योगदान है। अगर आप इंदौर शहर देखें तो मैंने इंदौर को टूटा फूटा, गंदा, अव्यवस्थित देखा है। आज सिर्फ भारत का सबसे स्वच्छ शहर नहीं है, पर यहां का जो डिसिप्लिन है, जो लोगों का उसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट है, वो इतना जबरदस्त है कि किसी भी उद्योगपति को, किसी भी उद्योग को ये सोचना होगा कि इस प्रकार का वातावरण आपको कहां मिलेगा। तो सबसे पहली बात है पीपल। ये जो हुआ है ये लोगों के इन्वॉल्वमेंट के बगैर नहीं हुआ है। दूसरी बात है प्लेस। मध्य प्रदेश बहुत ही सेंट्रल है। जैसा भारत प्रगत होगा, जैसा भारत के अंदर व्यापार बढ़ेगा, इस लोकेशन का महत्व बढ़ता जाएगा। कनेक्टिविटी जैसे बढ़ेगी वैसे मध्य प्रदेश एक लैंड लॉक्ड एरिया है, ये मानना शायद उतना ठीक नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि यहां से जो पश्चिम के जो पोर्ट्स हैं, शायद इंदौर से बॉम्बे, नागपुर से बॉम्बे एक ही डिस्टेंस है। तो ये मानना कि ये लैंड लॉक्ड एरिया है इसलिए कोई डिसएडवांटेज है, ये आते 5 वर्षों में गायब हो जाएगा ये डिसएडवांटेज। तो प्लेस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज इंपॉर्टेंट। और मध्य प्रदेश में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बहुत अच्छी तरह से, बहुत जल्दी से सुधरा है, ये मैंने अपने आंखों से देखा है। पॉलिसीज, सरकार किस तरह से इस क्षेत्र के भविष्य के लिए देखती है। तो सिर्फ निवेश करना सफिशिएंट नहीं है, उसका फायदा नीचे तक पहुंचता है क्या, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट होता है क्या, और जनरेट हुआ एम्प्लॉयमेंट स्टेबल है क्या, वो पूरक है क्या, ये देखना भी जरूरी रहता है। और मैं ये मानता हूं कि पॉलिसीज बहुत ही अच्छी रही है। और लास्ट एलिमेंट है एग्जीक्यूशन, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, जिसमें ब्यूरोक्रेसी का बड़ा रोल है। ब्यूरोक्रेसी का एक अपना तरीका रहता है, पर यहां की ब्यूरोक्रेसी ने उद्योग की तरफ बड़े आस्था से देखा है और मदद करने की उनकी मंशा हरदम रही है, वो करते हैं। तो ये हो गई बात दूसरी कि मध्य प्रदेश में मैं क्या देखता हूं। और तीसरी बात मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि मध्य प्रदेश को एमपी कहते हैं, मध्य प्रदेश एमपी। मेरे मन में बड़े समय से ये विषय है कि मध्य प्रदेश का नाम बदला जाए और मध्य प्रदेश के जगह उसे मॉडल प्रदेश कहा जाए, क्योंकि जो यहां पे हुआ है, जो चेंज, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ है, वो बहुत ही आप कह सकते हो कि इट इज a great achievement worth great applause. So having said that, I wanted to share with you my experience in Madhya Pradesh and my views about how industrialization here has been developed in the manner in which it has created employment, it has created social stability, and it has created prosperity. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, अपने अनुभव हम सभी के साथ साझा करने का। और अब मैं आमंत्रित करती हूं सुश्री रेखा एम मेनन को, चेयरपर्सन एंड सीनियर मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर एक्सेंचर।
Namaste and good afternoon. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister Ji, and to you, the Excellencies, the Ministers, our distinguished industrialists and distinguished guests. Honored to be here today, and it's a really proud moment because not only are we at a stage where we're moving into the different league as India has just taken over as the presidency of G20, and the Prime Minister said India's time is now, and the next 10 years will define us. What I would like to add to that, as an industry, we are in what we call the tech age. So the next 10 years is going to be all about technology, because tech is changing the way we work and live, and we are seeing that there can be no leadership without technology leadership. And it is in this context, it's very exciting to see Madhya Pradesh with enabling policies which have aligned the growth, aligned to the priorities of the technology industry, whether it's your policies on skilling, sir, or your policies on investments, or the infrastructure that is bringing a lot of the technology industry into Madhya Pradesh. And it was seeing that we at Accenture built our Advanced Technology Center in Indore just a few months ago. And as I was talking to you, sir, we've grown dramatically in just 6 months. And that's thanks to the talent available here. And across India, we are more than 3 lakh people across India. 47% of them are women, and I know that you have extra interest in women. And therefore, India for us at Accenture is really the heart of the global growth, which is driving innovation for India and the world. And this is just one example of what the technology industry is doing for India. It's not just Accenture. It is a whole bunch of organizations which are tapping into the rich talent and capabilities of India and Madhya Pradesh, and are changing the industry and the growth that it's providing across and adding to the economy. If we look forward, the technology industry will remain a powerful catalyst for India and help in achieving its ambition of $5 trillion. And we have a very unique opportunity to drive export-led business. We have a very unique opportunity to transform all industries, because as I said, every industry is a digital industry. And more importantly, we have a chance to drive inclusive growth using technology. And that foundation already exists in India. Minister Piyush Goyal mentioned that India is the largest adopter of fintech. We've seen India Stack, Aadhaar, National Health Stack, which are all using which have set very high benchmarks of using technology to power public service and provide last mile access for healthcare, education, financial inclusion, and services at a very large scale. So India has that opportunity, and we see new opportunities emerging in areas like space technology, in sustainability, metaverse, in the collaboration between and convergence of science and technology. And this exponential pace of innovation provides huge opportunities for both India and for Madhya Pradesh. And for that, we need a few enabling things. Skilling is one large one of that, because every area needs skilled digital talent. And it is very heartening to see the state government's initiative to reduce the skill gap by offering incentives and working along with the central government on the national platform for digital skilling. And along with skill development, which is one of the levers for our industry, it is really R&D, it is really focus on startups, and it's focus on infrastructure. And I have to thank you, sir, for providing all of that and enabling our industry's growth. So the opportunity is now. There's no better time for the technology industry than to be in India, and I'm very privileged to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts on the technology-driven growth which you see, and towards that your focus and commitment to Madhya Pradesh. And now I would like to invite Shri Parth Jindal, the Managing Director of JSW Cement and JSW Paints Private Limited.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, His Excellency the President of Guyana, and His Excellency the President of Suriname, and all the industry captains and stalwarts who are here today, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I feel deeply humbled to be here and to get the opportunity to speak to all of you and to follow the likes of Chandra Uncle, Kumar Uncle, Honorable Prime Minister of the country, Shri Piyush Goyal ji. We at the JSW Group are very new to Madhya Pradesh. We have learnt and we have seen from the examples of the Birla Group, the Tata Group, and the other groups that are present here, what an investor-friendly destination Madhya Pradesh is. And we don't want to be left behind, and we want to enter Madhya Pradesh in a very big way and in a very fast way. Over the last few months, we have made an acquisition in the cement space. We have acquired limestone mines in the Panna district, and soon we will be launching a state-of-the-art, fully integrated cement plant with an investment of close to 3,000 crores in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The other investment that we are making are brand new business, JSW Paints. We are launching a brand new state-of-the-art facility in Pithampur with an investment of 1,500 crores, and totally about 4,500 crores will be invested in the state of Madhya Pradesh over the next 2 years. Our flagship business, which is JSW Steel, has very recently acquired National Steel, which is also located here in Pithampur, and we will be expanding our capacities in steel as well. Today we participate in the Madhya Pradesh growth story by supplying our steel, supplying our power. But soon we would like to produce our steel, produce our power, produce our cement, and produce our paint in this very important state, not only to the country but also to the world. I once again would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister. It has been a very welcoming experience for us here in Madhya Pradesh. The first time I met Sir, he encouraged me that, please come to Madhya Pradesh. The Jindal Group and the JSW Group are not here in a big way, and it is high time that all of you enter. He mentioned it to my father as well when they met in Delhi. And today, sir, I pledge to you that the JSW Group will do all that we can to be here in Madhya Pradesh and participate in the glorious future that you have created and you have laid the foundation stones for. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your encouraging message and your commitments. And now I would like to invite Shri Sanjeev Puri ji, the Chairman and Managing Director, ITC Limited.